Start recording. Hey everybody, we're playing Hero of Law Part 2. I thought I needed the transfer pack, but it looks like maybe I don't. I guess we'll find out. June 6th, 2:17 a.m., Hyrule Grand Court, courtroom number 7. My phone ringing? Oh shit. Oh, it's a spam caller. Never mind, I'm not worrying about it. Oh. Whew, made it in time, I guess. Still no clue why on earth they called me in here at this ungodly hour. You! Yes, me. I don't like being woken up at 2 a.m. either, believe me. Nothing. I just started. I thought maybe I needed the transfer pack thing, but it looks like all it does is change your name, maybe? So I'm choosing not to worry about it, because I don't know how to set up the transfer pack thing. I really hope that old fool has a good explanation for this. Old fool? You mean the judge? Ah, I see you're both already here. I missed what that said. Splendid. I hope this is not too much of an inconvenience for you. That remains to be seen. What could possibly be so important about this burglary case as to warrant this kind of urgency? Case? We're doing a trial? You mean you haven't been told, defense? Oh dear, my apologies. I suppose I did order the soldiers not to tell anyone about what happened. They must have interpreted that a bit too literally. But that's fine. Secrecy is paramount here. Yes, having an entire entourage of the Hylian soldiers arriving at the Gerudo's fortress in the middle of the night was the pinnacle of stealth. No one knows. It's a secret to everybody. Hold it. Wait a moment. I can't just defend someone off the cuff like this. That'd be incredibly unfair to the defendant. Oh? Doubting your skills? As much as I'd like to agree with you, defense, we have no choice in this matter. This trial must happen this very moment. Well, get on with it then, old man. What is this about? Right, yes, of course. Let me start from the beginning. A few hours ago, I was finishing my daily ablutions when a great light appeared within my chambers. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. The night literally became day right before my very eyes. And that wasn't all. People started to come out of the light. I was shaken with fear. One of those people claims to be the goddess herself, Hylia. What? What? I know, believe me, I was as flabbergasted as you are. The goddess proceeded to explain that in another world, one of her chosen heroes had been severely punished for committing some terrible deed. She decided that someone else should determine whether this punishment was just or not, to ensure her own biases would not affect the outcome. Our own world was chosen as the best candidate to make this judgment. Okay. This is a joke, right? There's no way any of that is true. This is insane! Yes, it seems the judge has completely lost his marbles. Clearly, his age has finally caught up to him. I will be filing appropriate notices as soon as I can. Okay, Grandpa, let's get you back to bed. At the very least, we can both get back to sleep quickly. That is true. Ho ho! I believe I know just the way to convince you two. Soldiers, please call in the defendant. The defendant? What the? Huh? He first defense. What's happened? We don't have time to watch you pass out. Get yourself together. Oh, right. That's what happened. Well, defense, are you convinced now? I guess I can't deny it, can I? That's definitely me. Younger, wilder perhaps, but sure enough. I guess so. Excellent. In that case, let us formally begin. This court is now in session for the trial of the thief of Coalhole Island. Objection! Your Honor, you can't just declare him the thief from the get-go. No, of course not. I have his name written down right here. It seems I'm just unable to say it. Fascinating. A curse of sorts. I assume this is the punishment we're to decide is just or not. Just? How could this be just? To be forever called a thief? By everyone? Even I can't say my own name anymore. Well, as far as I'm concerned, it seems right to me. After all, everyone is just speaking the truth, are they not? Objection! The defense demands the prosecution abstain from claiming unproven statements. I firmly believe my client innocent, of course. Oh, well, about that. I might have actually done it. Oh. Yes, Her Greatness did specify the defendant's guilt was non-negotiable. We are only here to determine whether the punishment he faced for it was reasonable. Now then, prosecution, please give your opening statement. What? I don't know anything about this case, old man. You only just called us in here, remember? You're the one with all the details, so go on. Get to it. Well, I suppose Actually, why don't we just let the victim describe what happened? He should have the most accurate knowledge of the event. This must be some kind of nightmare. Every good lawyer knows you should never defend yourself. Does this count? Who the fuck? Alright, who are you then? Ah, yeah, myself, I own the tool shop back on Koholint, I do. The greatest shop in town it is, I tells ya. It's the only shop in town. Whoa. Not so close. No touching. You don't know what could happen. The world could implode. I don't think the goddess would allow this whole thing if that were a real possibility. It's what if it's the only shop? There's no better in this world or the next. Never seen anyone complaining. No, so this is Link's Awakening Link? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, whatever. Now tell us what happened. How did you let yourself get swindled so easily? Aye, I'll say it all. Just you watch me. Get a little real quick. Witness testimony. The Great Heist. 'Twas just a normal day. I was tending to me cash register. Then suddenly this kid bursts in. A green blur, I tells ya. He grabs the nearest thing and runs behind meself. So I turn around. But he ain't there anymore. So I turn back to the entrance. Ay caramba, he's gone. Nowhere to be seen, I tells ya. I can't afford me wares going for free, you know. They're already cheap as possible. Why, I oughta... well, I suppose he did already pay the ultimate price. You killed him? Why, what a descriptive testimony. I feel as if I were there. Hold on, there's just one thing I'm confused about. Who was it that set this, curse or whatever it is on my client? 'Twas me, of course. What kind of shopkeep would I be without some magic? I know how it looks, but the guy can literally shoot deadly energy beams. I would not underestimate him. Right, of course. Without further ado, please proceed with the cross-examination defense. Okay. Do I even have any evidence? I don't think I do. Alright, well, it's time to just press on everything, I guess. Hold it! Do you get many customers at your store on regular days like this, witness? I can't say I do. It's a small town, you know. Besides, I think lately the people have been spending their money at that blasted trendy game. Ooh, that four-eyed scoundrel running such an eyesore. Trendy game? It's a crane game that's also in town. 10 rupees per game. It's pretty easy to win. Huh, there's something wrong if people prefer to literally gamble on a crane game than buy for this guy. Please continue, witness. Are Links different people that just happen to be chosen by the goddess or something? I guess. I wouldn't refer too much to the canon of General Zelda compared to this game. A green blur, I tells ya. Hold it. A blur? Are you sure this was definitely my client? I swear on me mum. Couldn't be anyone else. It's a small town, you know. I know everyone there. No one else wears weird green dresses. Hey, this is my finest tunic. Objection! I fail to see how this matters in any case. Have you forgotten that your doppelganger's guilt has already been established, defense? Forgotten? No, but I wish I could. Grabs the nearest thing and runs behind himself. Hold it! What is it that was stolen anyway? Why is that matter? He stole something and that's that. No need to be getting into the nitty-gritty. As it happens, defense, the goddess herself forbade us from talking about this. She called it a, technical limitation, whatever that means. Ah, I see. Who's my Maya? Right now, it's Other Link. In the previous, in the main case, it's Malin, and she's also the client. Go figure. Whatever that means. What? But that's the most important question here. If it was something cheap, surely we can agree this punishment is too severe. It is what it is. I must ask you to drop this line of questioning. This is ridiculous. So this is if you did use the transfer pack and you had stolen something in the game, this game would have no way of knowing what you stole. The real question is, who's the Larry Butts? Well, it's not Ingo because he murdered a guy and Larry would never. This is ridiculous. Oi, don't look so glum, chum. Here you go. This is a flyer with all my wares. That should give you an idea of what it might have been. Well, it's something at least. I won't accept this flyer into evidence. Oh, not yet, apparently. Where's this out of the court record? Now then, witness, please continue. Can I see it? Bow, shovel, shield, arrow, bomb, heart. So I turn around. Hold it. Patrons can just freely go behind the counter like that? Nay, of course not. I don't have a counter. What? Customers have to hold their items while I ring them up. But wouldn't the register have to be on a counter or something similar? Well, yeah, I suppose. But it's only big enough for me register, not for any products, too. That's what I meant. I see. You got a problem? Who are you to criticize me in interior decor? Best to have as little extra fluff as possible. Keeps the customer eyes on the wares, you see? Well, I can't deny there is some logic to that. But he ain't there anymore. Hold it. Hi! Actually, that reminds me. I noticed that the wall behind me was starting to get moldy. This stray thought distracted me for just a split second, you see? Is this all a joke? Some kind of skit? So I turned back to the entrance. Hold it. Let me guess. He wasn't there either. As I live, the slimy rope. Ay caramba, he's gone. Hold it. Your establishment doesn't exactly have the tightest security, does it? Bah! Never needed any. Everyone in town trusts everyone else. Everyone who was shocked when I told them, I tells you. Shocked! You can't afford me wares going for free. They're already cheap as possible. Why I ought to hold it? What is this? Who's on trial for what? I have to ask, what did you need to steal from this store Why did you need to steal from this store exactly? This is Thief from Link's Awakening. He's on trial. He's on trial for stealing. Technically, his guilt is proven. We're just trying to determine whether the punishment was too severe, which is changing his name to Thief forever, I believe. Well, you see, I really needed one of the things in there. Yes, that's what paying is for. I was shipwrecked. I wasn't exactly swimming in rupees. Objection! Vince, do you have an actual question for the witness? Then let us move on. Continue, shopkeeper. Well, I suppose he did already pay the ultimate price. Hold it. What does that mean? Oh, that's right. This guy literally killed me when I went back into the store. What? You know, if you're going to make up a lie, at least make it believable. It's not a lie, it's true. How are you here then? I don't know. It got undone somehow. One moment I'm getting fried, and then poof. I'm back at the doorstep, and that guy's just smiling at me, creepily. Surely death is enough of a punishment for theft. This all sounds very hard to believe, defendant. Well, what did the witness mean by the ultimate price, then? Oh-ho! Why, I just read the curse I said on him, didn't I? Yes, that was it. Perfectly sensible. Okay, I'm starting to get goosebumps, but surely that is all there is to it. Well, that's quite the testimony. If you say so. You're the lawyer here, whatever that means. Wait, are you saying there are no lawyers in your world at all? I don't think there are. How weird. I can't imagine how that would even work. Anyway, best to stay on track. I don't have much to work with here, so I should keep pressing for more details. Did I not press everything? Did I miss one? 7, 8. No, I did press all of these. I guess, do I present the wares list? Your shit's expensive. Cheap, you say? That's not quite true now, is it? And world without due process, inconceivable. Whatever you mean, defense. Your Honor, if you look at the flyer the witnesses graciously provided us with, do any of the items on here seem like a bargain to you? Well, let's see. Goodness gracious! 980 rupees for a simple bow? Why, that's more than I get paid in... Objection. Now wait just a bloomin' second. All the villagers be happy with me, Shop. No one's ever complained, you know. Is that so, witness? Tell me, how many customers do you get each day? That's not important. It's all because of that blasted trendy game. Not me fault folks prefer to play with that stupid crane. I will agree the prices are a bit inflated. So what? Objection! What do you mean, so what? My other self needed to survive somehow, and the prices were entirely unreasonable. I was shipwrecked. It would have taken me months to get that kind of money. Yes. Given a survival scenario, I suppose that explains the defendant's motive at the very least. Indeed. He didn't just steal out of malice or with profit in mind. It was a life or death situation. Life or death, you say? Tell me, which of the items listed in that flyer is necessary for survival, precisely? For instance... Ah. Exactly. Maybe the recovery hearts? 10 rupees is way too much for those. Oh, I agree. That's a terrible deal, given that you can get them just by cutting some grass. Yeah. Oh. Yes, everything this store carried that one might need for survival could easily have been obtained elsewhere. The defendant had no pressing need to steal anything. The prosecution makes a valid point. There's no food or water listed among the wares after all. Objection! I wasn't just trying to survive, I was trying to leave the island. Leave the island? Bah! And how would you do that using this set of items, pray tell? Were you planning to paddle off the island with a shovel? No, not directly like that. The island can't be escaped by normal means. I needed them to wake the windfish. What the heck is a windfish? I'm not sure. Right. So you knew it needed to be awakened because an owl told me. Are you trying not to make sense at this point? Oh, perhaps I can shed some light on this particular matter. Hello. By Jove, is that a talking owl? Ooh, it felt like I was needed, and so I came.
Hoot! It would be wise not to scoff at what your counterpart is telling you.
So you mean...
Yes, of course. Everything the brave young lad has said is true. He is on a special quest, and Koholin's no regular island at all. If you'll allow me, I can explain everything, Hoot.
Oh, thank the goddesses. Finally, someone will actually explain something. Objection! What utter nonsense! I object to the presence of this animal in my courtroom. No way am I going to listen to testimony from an owl. Objection! Oh, so you've accepted everything else happening here, but not this? The defense demands the right to cross-examine the bird. Out of all the boneheaded, stupid...
Order. Allow me to share my opinion on this matter. Given the situation at hand, I see nothing wrong with allowing a bird to testify, unusual as it may be. Mr. Owl, please tell us all we need to know about the nature of Koholint Island.
Witness testimony. Now, in the screenshot for this, I saw a picture of the moon from Majora's Moon, so I'm kind of curious how that's gonna come in.
Koholint's very existence and very essence, Hoot, is tied to the windfish's slumber. As long as the windfish sleeps, the island cannot be escaped, like a terrible nightmare. The young sword-bearer must thus search for 8 instruments of the sirens and play the ballad that will wake the Great One. Hoot! With the instruments all united, the windfish's slumber can come to an end, and so shall Koholint.
That didn't explain anything either.
Ha! Just like I said, listening to this bird was a waste of time.
Hoot. Perhaps that was not as clear as I'd hoped. Do forgive me, over-mystifying is a bit of an occupational hazard for our kind.
What occupation? Professional owl?
Please, if you have questions, I will happily answer. Hoot! Hoo!
Well, the witness seems to be all but begging to be cross-examined. Defense, please go right ahead.
Okay. You betcha. Cross-examination.
Hoot.
Hold it. Well... Let's start with the Dodongo in the room. What the heck is a windfish?
Dodongo? No, young counselor, you must be confused, Hoot. The windfish, the Leviathan, is a huge whale. As far as Koholint is concerned, it has always been, and as long as Koholint is, it will always be.
Right. A deity whale. I'd bring up the fact that whales are not fish, but at this point I don't think it really matters. Hold it. What would happen if you did try? Why couldn't you just build a raft and try to sail away?
Hoot. Truthfully, I do not know. Perhaps, no matter how long you sailed, the island would just never fade from view. The sea would never end like an infinite staircase until you turned around and find yourself back where you started in no time. Or perhaps you would just die.
Yikes! That's a possibility? I admit I thought about trying that a few times.
Hoot, there's but one way to escape. Gotta wake up the windfish.
Hold it! Well, how does one obtain these elusive instruments exactly?
Hoot, that is no simple task, to be sure. The instruments of the sirens sleep deep within temples scattered across the land, fraught with monsters, traps, and other dangers, at the end of each, a formidable foul foe guarding a peace. Yes, Hoot, to obtain all the instruments of yours to slay all those who corrupt the island from within.
Slaying foes? This sounds like some kind of mass murder spree.
It appears... Yes, it appears that our worlds may differ from each other more significantly than I thought. I cannot feel him here. How strange.
What in Din's name are you babbling about now, you feathered menace?
Hoot, in our land, since the very beginning of time,
An evil influence has permeated all.
the King of Evil, The demon Lord Ganon.
From the very dirt of the earth.
Oh, sorry. Through the earth to even the first thoughts of an infant. If you dig deep enough, if you look closely enough, you will find his malice and hatred.
The king of evil, Ganon? That we noticed too. Could it just be a coincidence?
Naturally, when I speak of vanquishing foes, I speak of his creations. Deeply rooted in the most primordial evil, these foul beasts' only goals are for their own survival and for the misery of others. Hoot, no being that has been touched by Hylia's grace would object to their destruction. It is as innate to our nature as breathing. And yet, here is a world without him. Is your world lucky to have been spared, or has ours been particularly unlucky? That I do not know. Perhaps this is even the very reason her grace has chosen this world to send us to.
Do you have any idea what this is about? I think I do, actually. Really? I don't think it really matters for what we're talking about, though. Right. Could we get back to the matter at hand, then?
Why, Hoot, of course. I was just musing aloud.
With the instruments, blah. Hold it! Right, and I don't suppose making noise any other way would suffice. You know, just screaming into its ear or something?
Hoot, hoo? Of course not, my dear counselor. The windfish's sleep is not natural. A magical slumber like that can only be broken via magical means.
Right, but what did you mean by that last part? Will something happen to Koholint when the windfish wakes?
Koholint Island is a magical place born of the windfish's slumber. Once the Leviathan awakens, the magic keeping Koholint in place will dissipate.
You mean...
Hoot, of course. When the windfish wakes, Koholint will disappear, and Neria's sight shall remain.
What? Did you know about this? Well, truth be told, I suspected.
Ah, clever lad. Hoot? Yes, surely you have noticed. The only shop in town selling nothing but tools and equipments. Shopkeepers with magical powers. Villages of talking animals. Koholint as a whole is unnatural. It is a place made of dreams and nightmares.
Villages of talking animals? I must have missed that part. What about the inhabitants, then? Where will they go when the island disappears?
Where indeed?
After all we've heard here, I think one thing has been made clear. My client has truly found himself in a life-or-death situation. The testimony fully corroborates that. On top of that, to escape the island, he had to go on a life-threatening quest. In order to survive this ordeal, he needed to be as well-equipped as possible. And the only way to get the needed equipment was from the store, which was charging exorbitant prices. These are all clear mitigating factors. And with that in mind, the defense asserts his punishment is far too severe.
Indeed. This does paint the defendant in a more positive light. It appears that theft might have been necessary given his situation.
Yes, that was easier than I thought. And it's still early enough to go back to sleep. That owl always used to annoy me a little, but it's really come to my rescue this time, hasn't it?
Hoot, I am only here to help, lad.
I feel there's no need to further prolong this trial. While this court does not defend the defendant's act in and of itself, I do now believe that he has been punished too harshly for it. And so this court finds the defendant...
Objection! Old man, surely you don't mean to tell me you've woken me in the dead of night, just to make a farce out of this trial.
Farce? Mr. Dragmire, the defense has just presented a rather compelling argument.
Compelling? Don't make me laugh. Yes, he had a reason to do what he did. All criminals have reasons. That's no justification. Objection. It wasn't just any reason. Survival was at stake here. Objection. Was it, though? Huh? You, Birdbrain.
Hoot, hoo? Yes, what is it?
You've said the defendant was to go visit a bunch of dusty old temples in search of instruments. Tell me, were those instruments the only things in there?
Hoot? No, I suppose they were not, Hoot. With structures as old as these, you're bound to find things left by previous inhabitants. Why, yes, I'm sure there would be a lot of treasure left in there, too.
Oh no. Treasure! Money! All of that was within the brat's grasp. He could have easily gotten the funds to properly purchase the items he stole with only a little legwork. Objection! Wait a moment. It wouldn't be that easy. Those places were full of monsters and traps. Without any equipment, it would be too dangerous to go alone. Oh, how quickly you've forgotten, Defense. Try to recall this flying menace's words from just a few moments ago.
The young sword-bearer must thus search for the 8 instruments of the sirens and play the ballad that will wake the Great One.
Ah! Our little kleptomaniac had a perfectly good sword on him. He wasn't bare-handed at all. No, all he was looking for was some kind of easy shortcut out of his predicament. Or maybe the little snake just wanted to keep all the treasure for himself. How dare you? I'm not some greedy treasure hoarder. Either way, the defendant might have had a reason for his theft. Dragmire has a point. Extremely true. I didn't read that. I wasn't looking. But I'd say that reason was likely nothing but selfishness.
Hoot, hoot. He wanted to keep the treasure. Now, barrister, that's not even remotely possible. All of the treasure as part of Koholint would naturally disappear with it.
Ah! Bah! That doesn't mean anything. The twerp might not have known that. Oh, come on. Just admit you're wrong.
Now this is quite the pickle indeed. The prosecution has brought up some good points, but so has the defense. Furthermore, we seem to be out of testimony to discuss at this point. This will be a hard decision to make.
Actually, that reminds me. There was something you kept bringing up in your testimony, Mr. Witness.
Hoot, yes, what is it?
You often mention that Koholint is like a dream or a nightmare. How literal is that? What are you going on about now? Of course it's not actually...
Oh no, it very much is.
What?
Hoot! I thought that point was clear. My apologies. Koholint only exists within a dream. We are in a dream right now, too, in fact.
What? What? What?
Oh my! This whole trial isn't real!
I should have known. This whole thing is just way too fantastical. Well then, now that we've made that clear, I'm just gonna go and wake up if you don't mind. Objection! Why, that might be the wisest thing you proposed so far, Defense. But of course, it's not going to be you waking up. I'm the only real person here. I haven't the slightest idea how my mind conjured up this nonsense. Shouldn't have had that noble pursuit before bed.
Oh-ho! I suppose it wouldn't be the first time I've dreamt of the courtroom. It's never been quite this vivid, but I guess this old man still has quite the active imagination.
Meanwhile, my imagination's being a bit overactive right now, I guess, and I haven't even had any noble pursuits. Objection! Please wait! Huh? You can't just wake up. What about me? What about you? You're clearly just an invention of my mind, brat. But hey, you want a resolution? No problem. Judge, declare a guilty verdict right now.
Prosecutor Dragmire, I refuse to hand down a faulty verdict, even in my dreams. Oh no, this won't do. I will just have to wake up now. Here goes.
There's a... What? Is that fucking... Who was that in the fucking stands? Was that the frog from Mario?
Strange, I don't seem to be able to.
Hoot, ooh, if I may interject. I have said that this is a dream, yes? But why would that mean that nothing here is real?
Oh, be quiet, you pile of feathers! I banish you from my dream! Be gone! Yeah, that's fucking Wart from Mario! What's he doing up there? What? What is this? Am I stuck in this nightmare?
Well, naturally, only one person here can actually control the dream. Everyone else is just along for the ride, so to speak.
Are you saying everyone here is actually real, just sharing the same dream?
Why, Hoot, of course. Her Grace chose one person to be the host and then thrust the others into it.
Preposterous! If this is all in the Green Brat stream, why doesn't he just remove his curse on his own?
Preposterous? Not at all, my angry Gerudo friend. I never said he's the one in charge. He came from the dream world of Koholint, after all.
Well, how did he wind up in someone else's dream then, you blasted buzzard?
Hoot! Having battled with Ganon before, he is of particular interest to the Demon Lord. The Evil One saw an opportunity and forcefully shoved him into the dream of the Windfish, a dreamscape he has been subtly perverting with his evil for many years. He infested it with his own creations, twisted it into a dangerous place, and imprisoned its creator within. As a result, that is also why our green-clad friend cannot wake up normally. But this world is free of Ganon. Whoever the host of the dream is could indeed just wake. Although I cannot imagine the goddess Hylia would be very thrilled with that conclusion, having made all the effort to bring her chosen hero here.
How do you know all this?
Hoot! Why, isn't it obvious? I myself am a part of the Windfish's spirit. I could not just stand idly by when Hylia's own champion was dealt such a bad hand. And so I've tried to lead you to the 8 instruments, and I reached out to Hylia for help with this predicament.
I can hardly believe it. Well, who is it then? Who is the one controlling this dream?
I don't know. Hoot. That I do not know. That is something you'll have to find out for yourself. Whoever it is will have the final word in this trial.
So that's it then. It all hinges on this point. Who is this dream's Windfish? I must consider all the facts. Oh shit, alright, okay, here we go. Who is the one that Her Grace Hylia chose to control this dream? Could it be one of these people? The judge didn't seem able to wake up, so I guess it's neither of them? Both Dragmire and the judge have already conclusively proven they're not the host of the dream. Who's that leave? Maybe one of them? It's not them either, no. Can't be either the owl or the shopkeeper. They'd each have ended the trial in their favor by now if they were in control. I already know that Thief isn't the one in control, so who does that leave? I'm in control. It's me. I am the host. I'm in control. I am this stream's Windfish. That's it. There's no doubt about it. Well, what are you looking so smug about? Isn't it obvious? I've just realized who must be the one controlling this stream. No, it can't be. I see you've realized it now, too. Oh my, you mean you're the one? Well, let's give it a try, shall we? What are you? Ah! Hello, everyone. Aw, yeah, now this stream's getting good. Marin? Defense? What did you do to the prosecutor Dragmire? Nothing bad, of course. I just ejected him out of here. He's probably waking rather abruptly right about now. I decided it'd be nicer to have someone more pleasant to deal with on the opposing side. The prosecution has nothing more to add. The defendant's totally innocent. I won't stand for this. You can't just give yourself an easier opponent. That's a shame. Wait, who will give the verdict now? I know of one good candidate. Huh? Ha! Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Will the defendant please step up to the stance? Is this really okay? I thought the goddess wanted a fair trial. Actually, she requested no such thing. What? The way the judge put it, the only stipulation was that someone else decide your fate. To
decided that someone else should determine whether this punishment was just or not, to ensure her own biases would not affect the outcome.
Fucking kills the judge. At no point should you specify how the decision should be made or by how many people should be making it. That still feels like cheating. Well, there's one easy way to find out if it's allowed or not. This court finds the defendant.
Objection! Wait, I'm not having this! My product was still stolen, you know? What kind of justice is...
Ha! Don't interrupt me. Now then, once again, this court finds the defendant not guilty. Extremely funny, thank you. So, let's see, your name is Link. Oh, it's the same. Of course our names are the same. I'm not sure why you're surprised. So this is the thing where the name will be your save file's name, I think, if you had imported it. In any case, I believe you should be getting back to your own world now. And no more stealing, you hear? Of course not. Never again. Glad to hear that. Best of luck on your quest. And with that, court is adjourned. June 6th, 4:22 a.m. Link Legal Agency, Kakariko Village. Oh! What? Where? The office. That's right, I stayed to catch up on work. I guess I must have fallen asleep reading case files. Man, what a crazy dream, though. What? What was it about again? I was in court, and then... Ah, darn. It's gone already. Can't remember a single thing. Oh well. The end. Question mark? Alright, is that everything? Is there any other stuff I should know about? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, that was a pretty good conclusion there. Stream ended up being a little shorter than I wanted, but that's okay. Alright. I guess we're done then. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do that last time I had to get to work, so I'm fine having stopped and saved that one. That was still a good, like, 40 minutes. But yeah, that was fun. Incredible. No notes. Hero of Law is really cool. If you missed the first VOD, you should go back and watch it and smile. We'll see more cases for this, right? So you know exactly how to mimic the tone of real Ace Attorney case. Yeah, exactly. Like, I hope newer team makes more of these. I will play them, no questions asked. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm also, like, the lore that they have for these is also really good. Like, I enjoy the lore that they're dropping about how this world works, because I assumed it was just straight up like, it's Ocarina of Time, but lawyers, but that doesn't seem to be the case. But yeah, anyway, have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.